Uh, Hi. I'm having a little trouble here. My mouse is hidden for some reason. Hi, Ben.
Hello.
Okay.
Nice.
Sorry, I'm having trouble. For some reason, my mouse is hiding somewhere, and although it's like I can see programs, I seem to.
Oh,
Oh,
finally for share.
okay.
All
What are
good.
you trying to do?
I'm just trying to find the present now button. It's like, but my mouse is hiding, so it's like, oh, there it is.
I've been there.
Okay, you see it?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Order now. You guys ready?
Sure.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. Looking forward to hearing. First of all, thank you so much for supporting the Kickstarter and helping us bring the show back.
Thanks. It's an honor to meet you guys.
Yeah.
Nice
And
meeting you as well.
yeah, absolutely. And the whole idea behind this call is this is your floor to say whatever you want about your matchup idea. We're excited to hear about why you're excited about it, and no pressure. There's no expectation or anything like that. We just want to hear what you have to say, basically.
Ready?
Ready.
Let's go.
This video is sponsored by the UAA and Shock TV, bringing you the finest in blood-soaked entertainment since 2007. And remember, no refunds and no mercy. Warning, all footage today is being recorded. Beware of what you say because we can and will sue you. And remember to buy drugs. Use them often and indiscriminately. And welcome to Travis Touchdown versus Jack Cayman. The pitch that I've been meaning to do since the very beginning.
All right.
Let's introduce our combatants. The Crownless King, Travis Touchdown. And Jack Cayman, the star of Mad World. Why this fight? Well, for starters, this is basically a very old rivalry that started in the Wii era between two of Nintendo's most bloodiest franchises. Two
Yep.
champions of a blood sport involving fighting over-the-top killers in brutal combat to become number one. And selfish anti-heroes who go on different paths after experiencing the bloodshed of their actions. In terms of fight potential, combined with an assortment of deadly weapons and moves that you can use, they get really bloody with this fight dynamic. For example, Travis wields a beam katana that he got online. It's basically a knockoff lightsaber, but that can more or less cleave through enemies in two with ease. Whereas Jack wields a chainsaw for an arm that can rev up and tear through most foes. And despite the fact that Travis wields a laser sword, it can be blocked by a baseball bat, so we can more or less have an epic clash between weapons. Jack also has the tendency environment as well to get more creative with his kills, make some unique choreography. For example, he can take like a stress signpost and literally jam it through someone's throat.
Yep.
The fight can also start like a rank match between them with a cheering crowd. A lot of their games involve more or less running to the arena and starting the boss fight. And the intro to the fight can also be a lot like the intro to Balrog vs. TJ Combo, where the announcer introduces the combatants before the fight actually starts, like, introducing Travis Touchdown! And on this corner, we have his opponent, Jack Cayman.
That's great.
And also, another thing is that they both have motorcycles. Travis has a bike called a Denzam Tiger, and Jack has a Harley Davidson. And they have in sequences in-game where they actually fight on said motorcycles. Travis fought once Ryuji, more or less a samurai guy, and Jack has fought Kojak on his motorcycle. And we all know what must be done with motorcycles. Akira references.
Oh, of course. And you got to have the motorcycle fight, right?
Yes. The unique art style also plays into this. Mad World has a unique comic book art style where everything is monochrome except for the blood. You guys can honestly play with that color, making it visually beautiful, much like this art here made by Daniel Elfs.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yep.
No More Heroes, on the other hand, is also colorful and hyper-stylized in all the right ways. Combined with the monochrome of Jack's game, I feel like you can play around with the colors and switch them during the fight, depending on who has the current advantage. Like,
Oh, that's a
monochrome
unique idea.
with like Jack, and once it's colored, it's like Travis is on the advantage. Blah, sorry.
Yeah, it's like that's a really cool idea.
Yeah, thanks. And the visual effects can also be very fun since they're from the Wii era. They utilize QTEs that involve motion controls, aka lots of arrows, and they usually use this for finishing blows. So you can make the fights feel straight out of the game if this fight actually happens. Mad World also used a lot of comic book sound effects for devastating blows. Like, so you can have stuff like crack, splurt, or boom every time a hit lands. As for potential battle commentary, in Mad World, there's in-game commentators that talk about the play-by-play Jack performs throughout the game. One is a nerdy guy named Howard Buckshot Holmes, who constantly talks about his ex-wife. The other is Chris Reilly, a drunk former combatant with plenty of serious injuries, voiced by Don Giamatti, aka Jake the fucking dog from Adventure Time. Doesn't that sound familiar?
A little bit. That's
Not
hilarious.
at all. Not at all. I don't know what you're talking
Yeah.
about.
Oh, no way, right? As for music potential, I'm a huge fan of both games' OSTs, and I especially love the gritty rap style that Mad World poses. Having Omega Sparks and SWATs coming back to do a rap style soundtrack for this game would be perfect. Like,
That would be sick.
I'm gonna skip the music though, because we don't have much time. But I'm not gonna skip this part. Both series are known for some of their brutal finishers, which can be a little goofy at times, and I would love it if the fight ends with said QT that signifies a brutal death blow to end the fight. Combined with the brutal finisher, in No More Heroes, they have this kind of screen that appears after you kill a boss, signifying their defeat. This would be a cherry on top. So, let's watch how they kill some people.
All right.
See what I mean?
Yep. Very cool.
Don't sell Jack short, though. Watch what he does to this cowboy with his own guns.
I love that the motion controls for that. Yeah, you just go, man. You know, whatever.
Essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then blasted him to a skeleton, though? I didn't remember that.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
this is actually the censored version. In the original one, he actually shoves them up his ass.
Ah, got it.
But it would be fun to calc that, you know?
Yeah. That's
How is that even
Yep.
possible? But yeah, like I
well,
said,
we can
goofy.
figure it out.
As for what this fight means to me, well, this is actually my #1 fight I've been meaning to death battle. I have been waiting since Dante versus Bayonetta for this fight to go down. And despite the years that this fight has gone through and all the changes with Travis getting all the buffs, deep down, I really still like this matchup. Because these two characters are actually what started my journey into actually researching characters in the first place, mostly in Versus Battle Wiki. That I was even part of Crossover X and wanted to actually do this fight before we had to cancel it. Didn't even have 3D animators at the time, so they had to convince me to stand down. You might be aware of Crossover X because that's actually one of the first animation team DJ Tiki was in before he moved with you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, very familiar.
Yeah.
Your first research, Doc.
Yes. It's very outdated.
No, it's all good.
You can see it, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was more or less just doing this for an audition, and I just was surprised I actually was able to become a researcher at a time. I was only 17. Sorry, yes, I read.
Yeah, no, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, this matchup we've seen suggested before, and I know it makes a lot of sense, right? Because of the it's the violent games on the Wii, right? The Nintendo console, and
Yes, and it's like this game. This fight has so much legacy behind it. Like, it's just a shame not to have it happen by this point. So, any questions?
Oh, I love that, man. That was great. So yeah, okay. Like Chad mentioned, we've seen it requested before, but love like how you dived into a lot of specific details and how you would want to see it and whatnot. The idea with like how a color is potentially used is really interesting because that's like the biggest thing for me thinking about this matchup is like what the fight would actually look like and how the colors would be implemented. So you were thinking like it could potentially be switching back and forth throughout the whole fight.
Yeah. Are you aware of Anarchy Reigns? Like, it's more like a spiritual
Yes.
successor.
Yeah, because I know Jack appears. He's got a second game, sort of, that doesn't have the black and white style, which is Anarchy Reigns. So there is a colored version, I guess, of Jack,
Yeah,
right?
they're technically you can definitely adopt the color scheme.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. So that there is a version of him that would fit that, but also like the black and white is just so integral to Mad World, right? So it'd be
Right.
almost, I don't know. Part of me wonders if like would it if he were to stay black and white, but the rest of it would turn color, like would that work? I don't know. Something to maybe play around with if we do
Yeah.
it.
Definitely something to mess with, or even if there's like little flickers of it, like, you know, like a light bulb explodes in the arena or something, and for a second you see him in color or something. I don't know. We could, I think there could be, color would be a big part of this matchup for sure, and like how we play with that, like, would be really awesome.
Outside of the look of it and the specific kill with like the graphic and whatnot at the end, is there any specific like scene or like visual that you have in your head that you would or interaction that you
Yeah.
really want to see in the fight itself?
Well, other than like the intro to the fight where they're announcing the fights, a lot of things usually that happens in Travis's boss battles is that he usually has a talk with the killer. Something about Travis that is complete contrast to Jack is that Jack accepts what he is, and his quote says it best: "I don't help people, I kill them." Whereas whereas Travis more or less learned to relate with his like combatants and to feel sympathy for them. And though like honestly, the thing about like the first game about his quest for Sylvia was actually more or less kind of like because in reality he was just doing it for revenge, but he kind of forgot since he was drunk. And the games following that are more or less like Travis dealing with the consequences of his actions as more and more killers act for him.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Well, yeah. I mean, awesome matchup. This is definitely one that I would love to do at some point for sure.
Yeah, it'd be super cool. I think it would definitely be a really cool fight. Yeah, awesome. So awesome job putting together this whole presentation, by the way. It looks really cool. If you want, we can put this in the chat. There's an email that you can send it to if you'd like us to be able to reference it later. It should be the same email you've been getting sort of responses to and discussing like scheduling and things with.
I'd love
but yeah, you can send the presentation to it if you want to. You don't have to.
Mhm.
And then we can reference it later. Because you clearly put a lot of work into it. You're clearly very passionate about it and have been for a long time, which is awesome. And I hope that if we do end up doing this fight, that it meets your expectations, because I think it could be really cool.
Yep.
And if not, it's like I've been actually a game dev and I'm hoping to learn animation because it's actually very hard to get some of the assets. So who knows? I might learn Blender at some point. I'd actually.
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah, there you go.
Still stick to watching you guys do it anyway.
Well, if you do, good luck and
Yeah,
good
for
luck
sure.
with game dev and everything like that. That's awesome. Thank you for, like Chad said, supporting the Kickstarter, helping us get back on our feet in our most dire hour, and just being a supporter of the show. That's awesome.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Are massively appreciative of it. Like I can't even begin to properly thank you. So we do have to jump over to another call, but it was awesome talking to you. Again, if you want to send that presentation over, feel free to. But thank you so much, man. This has been great.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Say hi to DJ for me and say sorry to Liam and Sam. I gotta go for their previous recording. Got interrupted.
Oh no.
Oh, that's too
All
bad.
right. Well, hopefully this one comes out.
Yeah.
See ya.
You did a great job. Bye.
All right. Later.